and welcome back to my channel. We have got a very big game week. Of course, it's Double Gameweek 25 and there is so much I want to do to my team. I'm going to be taking a hit this game week, but I have got 2 free transfers. So 3 players are going out, 3 players are coming in. I'm quite excited, but a little bit nervous. But in this video, I will be talking about how my team got on in the last game week and then of course my transfer plans for this week. So let's get straight into it. So last game week was pretty good actually. I got a green arrow and now I'm at 363,566. I'm really happy with that because if you've watched my videos recently, you'll know that I keep going between 400,000 and 600,000. So this feels like we're making some steady progress. I'd like to end up in the top 100k by the end of the season, so hopefully we can get there. I got 78 points in total, bringing me to my overall points of 1,425. I've got 2 free transfers this week and I've also got 1.2 million in the bank. So we'll start off with my keeper, Dubravka, only 1 point, but he outscored Areola, so that's all that matters. All of my defenders this game week managed to get attacking returns, and even Pinnock kept a clean sheet on the bench. A little bit gutted I didn't play him, but Pinnock's just kind of there. He is a bit of a bench warmer, but it's good to know that he is possible of keeping clean sheets. So there's 6 points on my bench, which hurts a little bit. But luckily, Trent got an assist. He only played 45 minutes and he is now injured, which is not ideal at all ahead of the double game week. Going to have to figure that one out shortly. Saliba scored a goal and he also got a clean sheet in Arsenal's massive 6-0 win against West Ham. I'll be honest, I was a little bit bitter when Gabriel then went and scored as well, because when Saliba got that goal, I was like, oh, thank goodness, now I can enjoy some defender points, because obviously I didn't own Gabriel when he went on a massive rampage and then Gabriel had to go and equalise. But it's fine, at least I had Saliba. And then Trippier, he got an assist, but unfortunately Newcastle did concede 2 goals, so I only got 4 points from him. But even so, the reason that I went for these defenders was for that attacking potential, so I'm very, very happy with how that went. And then my midfield was a bit of a mix. We'll start off with Richarlison. Surprisingly disappointing. Played 90 minutes against Brighton, but came away with absolutely nothing. Considering the run that he's had recently, I did expect him to get a goal and an assist, but whatever. Bernardo, oh, my biggest regret, my biggest transfer regret this season. I'm absolutely kicking myself that I ended up taking a punt on him and he's now injured. Don't really want to talk about it if I'm honest. He played 13 minutes against Everton and his ownership is so low. He wasn't even announced in the league. So I was there refreshing my Twitter page, hoping that there was going to be some early information on Bernardo. Unfortunately, there wasn't. So 1 point from that. Let's just move on swiftly. Saka, much happier. He managed to get 2 goals, 2 bonus points, and kept a clean sheet. So that's 15 points in total. You'll know if you heard me in a live stream recently, I was talking about potentially taking out Saka. Very glad that I didn't. I stayed faithful to him. Obviously, the stats are still really good. He just wasn't converting. Now he seems to have found the swing of things, so he'll be staying put in my team for the foreseeable. And then Palmer, never doubt him. Although I am probably going to bench him this week against City, but we'll get to that. 2 assists against Palace and also 2 bonus points. So I got 10 points from him. I'm really happy with that. Palmer is just one of those players. It's ironic because I'm probably going to bench him this week, but I'm too scared to put him on the bench because he keeps coming out with these double-digit hauls. And then my front 3, Solanke thankfully got an assist. Darwin, captaincy. Wow, that's very bold of you, Yelena. It was an accident, a complete accident. Unfortunately, my captaincy from the previous game week was on Gordon. I benched Gordon and then I transferred in Haaland. And because Haaland is just my perma captain, I didn't even think about putting the armband on him. So it must have automatically gone to Darwin. Luckily, Darwin did score a goal. And he also got a rogue bonus point after the game had finished, which as a captain I'm fully taking. He did also get a yellow card because very much Darwin. But it's interesting, Darwin's only blanked once in the last 6 appearances, and for the stress of owning Darwin, that's a really good stat that I don't know why, I feel like he's blanked more, but it's probably because he misses so many chances, bless him. But 12 points from my captain, it's not the end of the world. But a little bit bitter considering Haaland came away with 13 points, so that was 26 for captainers. He got 2 goals, 3 bonus. Oh, he's back. It's good. I'm glad he's in my team. I don't have to have the fear of not having Haaland, and at least I did get those 13 points. But the captaincy, so I'm going to be triple checking this game week, especially as I will be activating the triple captainship. And then if we look at the bench, not much to say about Areola. Gordon, 2 points. Interesting because no one thought he was actually going to play. Everyone thought he was injured and then he came on. But he came away with nothing, thankfully. So the benching wasn't the worst decision in the world. And also, if I'd have thought that he was fit, I probably would have played him over another player. Likely, maybe Solanke. So I'm not hugely better off, but even so, that kind of worked out well. And then Estupinian, 0 points. Ugh, I'm pretty sure I'm going to play him this game week against Sheffield United, and I'm really hoping Bryson can keep a clean sheet and he gets some attacking returns. And then, of course, we've got Pinnock on the bench with his lovely 6-pointer. So now I'm going to discuss my team selection for the upcoming game week. Okay, so this is where we are currently with no transfers made. And I've got a bit of a benching headache because obviously I've got Saliba on the bench against Burnley away, and I think I need to play Saliba. Now, in an ideal world, Trent, it seems like he's going to be out injured. He's going to be out for the long haul. So he's basically a redundant player now. So I can easily do a quick swap there. But the greed in me wants a double game week defender. So keep that in mind. But this is quite a nice little situation. Obviously, I have got Pinnock that is a double game week player. But the fixtures of Liverpool at home and City away for Brentford are probably the worst that you can get. If I had Ben Mee, my centre-back of dreams, then I would absolutely be playing him. He's got the most goal threat out of all defenders. And he's produced, well, out of all Brentford defenders. And he's produced 2 goals and an assist in his last 8 appearances. I wouldn't be surprised if he did come away with one of these fixtures with an attacking return. Unfortunately, my man Pinnock is not at Ben Mee levels, so he's going to be staying on the bench. I will be keeping hold of him for the future because upcoming fixtures after this, they've got West Ham away, Chelsea home. Not horrendous ones if he needs to come in. He's quite a nice backup, but just not my kind of number one choice. But 4.6 million, he's fine to just sit there. If he does get an attacking return in the double game week, I will be kicking myself over this. But that's how we are. And then we've got the midfield. There are some issues. So obviously we've got Palmer on the bench. Bernardo is injured now. I'm going to have to replace him with a double game week player, and I will discuss players that I'm quite keen to get in. I will be playing Bournemouth, a home fixture. I'm a bit concerned because Wilson is obviously out now, and Gordon will be playing up front. I think he is better on the wing, but his home record is so solid. He barely blanks at home. He's much, much, much better in those fixtures. So I will definitely be starting him. And then Richarlison, I have to start him. Wolves at home. I mean, if Brentford were able to keep a clean sheet against them last week, then I feel quite confident for Spurs. And I'm hoping that hopefully Richarlison will manage to score a goal, got an assist somewhere. And then Saka, Burnley away, no brainer, have to play him. Then the front three, obviously, Darwin and Haaland, completely set in my team. There is no chance I'm transferring them out or benching them. Solanke is the odd one out, and I really, 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 really wanted to bring in Ivan Toney as soon as possible. And now that Brentford have got that double game week, yes, it's a difficult one, but I think from attacking perspective, it's much more feasible to bring in a Brentford player, whereas defensively, their record's not the best. So if you have a look at the transfers, I'm going to do my priority transfer first so no one can talk me out of it. So we are obviously going for Toney. I love Toney as an FPL asset. I've been itching to get him back into my team. He's Brentford's talisman. I see big things for him in this double game week. So that's my front three, which I'm pretty happy with. Now, let's start off with Trent. It would be quite easy. I could just do a bit of a sideways move and go for Van Dijk. He's 6.4 million, so obviously we're saving money there because Trent is worth a lot. Which frees up some funds for my team, 1.8 million remaining in the bank. I think Van Dijk is probably the safest option in terms of rotation for Liverpool. He's produced 23 shots in the box, which is at the most out of all defenders this season. So he is really, really attacking. And he's one, if I don't go for him, I'm a bit nervous about not owning him. But obviously, we have got the blank in game week 26, which is one to keep in mind. Another option, which is much, much cheaper and a very popular one from the live stream on Sunday, a lot of people are asking. We've obviously got Doty, Luton's number one defender now because everyone seems to be going for him. He's got real attacking potential. He's produced 1 goal and 6 assists in the last 9 games. He also made 47 key passes, which is the third highest amongst all defenders. And he's only 4.6 million, so that'll give me 3.6 million in the bank to kind of play around with the rest of my team. The only thing is, because both players do blank in the next game week, I'm a little bit concerned about doing that and then having benching headaches, having to make transfers so I can try and get 11 players out. So I think I'm going to go away from those. But just know, I have considered it, and I think for some teams it is the right move, but for mine it just isn't. So the one that I have, oh, my voice is going. The one that I think I'm going to go for is Ake. Now, I might be kicking myself about this afterwards because at the start of the season, I said I'm not going to get in any City players apart from Haaland because of Pep Roulette. I then went and got Bernardo, and the week I got him in, he got benched, which I was absolutely gutted about. But I've got a good feeling about Ake, and you may say I had a good feeling about Bernardo, but I think Ake's pretty nailed. He's the second most brought in defender this week after he managed to get an assist, clean sheet and 11 points against Everton. He also scored in City's 1-0 FA Cup win against Spurs. So it's a really good indication that he can obviously keep clean sheets and also get those attacking returns. His ownership is still pretty low. When I last checked, it's at 8% now, so it's gone up by 0.3%. He did have a price rise overnight as well, and I think he's the most transferred in, a second most brought in defender this game week. So obviously everyone's kind of picking up on it. He's got the double. I'm feeling pretty good. The only thing that annoys me is I do prefer Liverpool's double this week. Brentford away and Luton at home. It's much more appealing. But I'm a bit concerned about that blank and then rotation. Salah's coming back because I did eye up Jota as well. But with Salah back on the horizon and then they're blanking next week, I think I need to try and make some long-term moves. Try not to play around with the team too much. So I've got 3.1 million remaining in the bank. I would absolutely love more than anything to replace Bernardo with De Bruyne. He is 10.8 million, so unfortunately we are 1.3 off, and that's not going to happen. But De Bruyne has been absolutely insane since he's come back. He's delivered attacking returns in all of his matches despite being benched. If you have De Bruyne, I would say even if you get early team news that he's been benched, just go for him because he's just such an impressive player. And I definitely, on my wild card, I will be bringing him in. But since he's come back, a 12 pointer, 7 points, 5 points, 4 points. And that 4 points was done in 33 minutes. And then again, upcoming fixtures, I just think I really like De Bruyne. That ownership is creeping up, 31.6%. So hopefully I get him in my team sooner rather than later. But this is a reluctant transfer because I have to admit that I was wrong. I'm going to have to go for Foden. He's 8 million, which leaves me with 1.5 in the bank. He has been so good. He's City's top scoring player at home this season. He scored 3 goals and 6 assists already. And the last time he played Brentford, he got the hat-trick, which absolutely, I was on holiday and it ruined my evening. So goodness knows what he's going to get up to against Brentford on this occasion. But he's got that very good history against them. Chelsea, they're both home fixtures as well. And this was one of the things when I was toying between Bernardo Silva and Foden. I said that Bernardo has the better away record, Foden's got the better home record. With 2 home fixtures for the double, it just seems like an absolute no-brainer. I have to bring in Foden, swallow my pride and admit that I was wrong. Bit nervous again that we're going to get a team league and then Foden will be benched. And if that happens, blame me because I've obviously cursed him. I seem to bring in these City players and they just don't do very well. But that will be the team. In terms of benching, do have a headache. I will be benching Palmer, obviously playing my front 3, and then I have a decision to make whether I bench Estupiñán or Saliba. Saliba, Burnley away, much more tempting, but Sheffield United for Estupiñán. I don't know. The thing is, it's a Sheffield United away fixture, and I think I always try and target that Sheffield United fixture because defensively they're just not very good. I would love to bring in Gross for this game week, but I quite like my midfield. I'm already having to bench Palmer, so I don't see myself transferring out Gordon. I mean, there's the opportunity I could transfer out Richarlison because obviously he does blank in 26, but I don't think it's worth it. And who have Brighton got after? Everton at home? Maybe. If Gross goes and gets a haul, then I don't know. Take my advice. Bring him in if you've got some free time. Free time, free money, free transfer. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm in that luxurious position to do so. But I'm a bit worried about Estupiñán because also his minutes in the last couple of game weeks, he did play the full 90 against Spurs, but he played 10 before that, 45, 71. And I'm a bit worried that he might be benched or Brighton seem to crumble sometimes in the most unexpected circumstances. And it would be quite Brighton to just be annihilated by Sheffield United. But we will see. So I think my biggest dilemma of the game week, I'm happy with the transfers broadly. And then the biggest dilemma is whether to bench Estupiñán or Saliba. So do let me know in the comments what you think. I think Trippier's are pretty much set for me. The Bournemouth at home fixture probably is a bit more challenging, but I do see Trippier getting attacking returns in that, so not necessarily going for the clean sheets. Plus, I've transferred out Solanke now, so Bournemouth can crumble until I bring Solanke back in. Hopefully Newcastle absolutely dominate that game. But yeah, so that's the team. Obviously, do let me know what you think about my defensive benching dilemma because all advice is very welcome. So thank you so much for watching my video. I enjoyed putting this one together. I actually filmed it twice. I recorded it last night and my microphone was muted, which was annoying. So we did some tests today. So far, so good. Hopefully you do see this. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. The subscribers are really growing and I can see it a lot more now when I do live streams, and it's a very, very busy chat and it's very fun to get involved with. So also switch on your notifications so you don't miss me going live, and I will see you in the next video. Good luck this week, guys. Bye.